Now, if you start developing, of course, more than 10 models, you probably want to break this down into 3 agents and have a categorizer that breaks it down into categories and then selects models within those categories first. That way you have more room for system messages. And then we have this model right here, and this uses Open Router, which can connect to many different models. I'm going to copy my output right here, and I just want to show you what Open Router can connect to. So I'm going to change this to fixed. And as you can see, Open Router can connect to all of these different models. Everything from Anthropic, everything from Cohere, everything from DeepSeek, and then just Gemini. I mean, it can literally connect to all of these different language models. So basically, within my first agent, I'm just using the tag or the ID that I can dynamically map to this model field so it can change the model based on my query. And we can do that with an expression. So it's watching my output. So let's test this out so I can show you what this actually looks like. If I chat with this and I say, find me restaurants for St. Patrick's Day, I can go to in Chicago. And since I'm asking a question like find me some restaurants, what it's going to do, this model's going to have to decide which model to use based on my query here. So if I'm asking for live data, most likely it should use Perplexity. So I'm going to send this off. And as you can see, this model is going to run, and then it's going to give me a structured output here, which will change the model depending on what this agent decides to do, and then give me a response. And then it gives me an up-to-date response with restaurants in downtown Chicago that I could celebrate St. Patrick's Day at. If I go into my structured output parser, what this does is this passes my query and also the model that it needs to use to the other agent. So as you can see, it says, find me restaurants for St. Patrick's Day I can go to in Chicago, and then it also passes the model. So it's passing query and model to this other agent. And that's what the agent is receiving in here, is my query, and the model gets mapped to the model field. So it's going to give me a response now using this model since we have the model on expression, and also since we have that query pulling into text. This would be an example of using a routing agent, and this can do many different things for you, like save on costs, give you more accurate responses. It can just completely revolutionize your AI agents, and these also are 2 agents that you can use. So I like using this whenever I need to decide between different models to select. The next AI agent use case is my deep research agent. Now, this thing has revolutionized the space. So many different people have been using it for so many different things. PhDs, radio broadcasters, everyday people wanting to learn about N8N, everyday people wanting to learn about any topic that comes to their mind. This thing is great. And don't worry about, modeling this exact system. It is pretty complex with everything that I've created, but think about the idea of this system and what it's doing and how it can just do all of the work for you. Before I send off a custom request for this video, what I'm going to do is show you what a result looks like from this automation. All you have to do is type in a topic. So what I did was I typed in beekeeping and how it reduces stress. And what this automation is going to do for you is create a deep researched PDF with citations. That was a big problem within the AI space. People wanted deep research, but there was no way to get all the information backed up by actual sources in a nice format very quickly. So that's what this automation does. You type in a topic, and it does deep research for you, gives you citations that you can click on. For instance, this one I just did beekeeping and how it reduces stress, something that I had no idea if it even correlated or not, but I wanted to see if it did. And it gave me loads and loads of information on how beekeeping actually does reduce stress and how there have actually been real studies on this.